My door's locked, so in case he isn't, he can't get up. I'm also armed if he does come over and try to harm her, just so everybody knows.
Douglas Benefield, born on October 2, 1962 in Santa Clara County, California, was a standout champion wrestler in middle and high school, gaining valuable lessons in discipline through sports. After graduation, he pursued his university education in Texas. While not much is known about his early years, Douglas's fascination with technology and innovation always set him apart. His time as a flight pilot in the U.S. Navy showcased his exceptional skills and led to numerous successful missions. Transitioning to Navy intelligence, he played a pivotal role in developing new technologies for various purposes. His professional journey included a flourishing career as a consultant and successful ventures in real estate and the restaurant industry. Douglas's personal life had its complexities. He had been married multiple times, with his first marriage being short-lived, prompting him to seek new relationships. After a significant separation, he found love again with Renee, who eventually became the center of his world. Their relationship, rooted in love and mutual respect, was harmonious and fulfilling. In 2001, their daughter Ava was born, bringing immense joy and strengthening their bond as a happy family unit. Ava's arrival further solidified their familial ties, bearing a striking resemblance to her mother with her beautiful blonde hair. Tragedy struck the family in 2015 when Renee passed away suddenly due to an undiagnosed heart condition, leaving Douglas and Eva devastated. Adding to the heartbreak was the distressing discovery made by 15-year-old Eva, who found her mother lifeless upon returning home from school and had to alert her father, who was away at the time. Following Renee's untimely death, Douglas made it his top priority to care for and support Eva, taking on the dual roles of both mother and father with unwavering dedication. He vowed to never remarry or pursue another romantic relationship, to honor his promise to his daughter amid their grief. However, fate had other plans in store for him. In August 2016, while attending a political fundraising event for presidential candidate Ben Carson, Douglas crossed paths with 24-year-old Ashley Byers, who was actively involved as a campaign manager for Donald Trump. Born and raised in Texas, Ashley spent her teenage years in Maryland with her mother. She had a passion for ballet from a young age and eventually became a professional ballerina, performing with various ballet companies. However, due to her height, she faced some limitations. In late 2015, she made the decision to retire from the dance world and began modeling in Florida. Ashley also had a strong interest in politics. She had been a registered Republican since she turned 21 and had worked on Donald Trump's campaign teams. Intrigued by Ashley, Douglas sought ways to engage in conversation with her. They quickly bonded over shared interests, and by the 6th day of knowing each other, they were exchanging I love yous, and Douglas proposed to Ashley. Despite their 30-year age gap, they surprised everyone by deciding to get married just 13 days later. This sudden marriage was difficult for Eva, as it felt like her father had broken a promise, and they were still coming to terms with the loss of her mother. Eva expressed her struggle in accepting her father's decision and felt betrayed. Douglas tried to reassure Eva by explaining that Ashley would serve as a mother figure at home, despite there only being a 9-year age gap between them. Eva found it hard to accept the situation, feeling hurt by her father's choice, especially since she didn't feel close to Ashley. After their marriage, Ashley moved into the family's South Carolina home, causing constant tension. Luckily, Eva's friend Sydney needed a place to stay and moved in with the Benefield family. Sydney's presence shifted Eva's attention away from Ashley, and she began spending most of her time with her friend. As time passed, the happiness in Douglas and Ashley's marriage began to fade. They frequently argued, with one argument escalating when Ashley found and read Eva's diary, worsening their tense relationship. This discovery led to a major conflict between the couple. In a moment of anger during an argument, Douglas grabbed his gun and fired a shot into the ceiling, marking the peak of their household's turmoil. Just 2 days later, they had a second wedding ceremony with friends and family in attendance. Despite their troubled relationship, things took a positive turn when they decided to start a business together. Ashley, having dreams of founding her ballet company, shared this aspiration with Douglas. The company's mission was to provide professional opportunities to dancers from diverse backgrounds, allowing them to showcase their potential. Dancers from all over the world auditioned to join the academy, and everything was going smoothly as planned. They were promised family health insurance, above-market salaries, and even American visas. Just as the dancers were about to begin their training, it was revealed that Ashley was pregnant, leading her to step away from the company. This news came as a surprise to Eva, especially since her father had informed her that he had undergone a vasectomy, a male sterilization procedure. By the summer of 2017, the Academy's dancers started arriving at the Charleston facility, only to discover that there was no studio and Ashley was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Ashley was having a difficult pregnancy, and Douglas was struggling to manage everything on his own. Despite his limited knowledge of the ballet world, he continued to reassure everyone that things were under control, giving the young dancers a glimmer of hope. Tensions escalated, resulting in heated arguments between Ashley and Douglas. At one point, Ashley even made a wild accusation, claiming that Douglas had played a role in the death of Eva's mother, Renee. However, this accusation was refuted by an autopsy report that confirmed Renee had died due to a heart condition, invalidating Ashley's claim. On September 17th, Douglas came home to find a note in the living room. Ashley had left, citing his manipulative and controlling behavior as the reason. Her note read, "I love you very much, but ever since I found out I'm pregnant, I've been scared. Your psychotic and irrational behavior frightens me. I fear for my life and the safety of our unborn child. Please do not try to find me, or I will involve the police and seek a restraining order." Ashley's actions did not stop there. She reported to Child Protective Services, alleging that Douglas was unfit to be a father to Eva. She argued that his job involved frequent travel, leaving Eva alone at home. However, authorities found no evidence of neglect in the household. Amidst this turmoil, Douglas persisted in managing the ballet company, even financing the dancers from his own pocket. In 2017, the American National Ballet announced the resignation of Ashley Benefield, although those familiar with the situation knew she had actually been dismissed by Douglas. On October 23rd, Douglas attempted to have the dancers sign a confidentiality agreement, claiming it was for their own protection. However, his true intention was to terminate their contracts, sparking a scandal. Ashley, in an effort to distance herself, spoke to the press and put the blame on Douglas for his actions. Accusations between Douglas and Ashley escalated rapidly. Ashley, after accusing Douglas of involvement in Renee's death, went on to claim that he was trying to poison her and their unborn child. She reported her suspicions to the police, alleging that a tea sent by Douglas as a birthday gift contained toxic substances. Despite subsequent tests showing no trace of poison, Ashley insisted she was exposed to heavy metals and frequently underwent hospital tests. Concerned doctors recommended a cesarean section, and following Ashley's insistence, their daughter was born 3 weeks early. Douglas, unaware of these events, was left shocked. Ashley managed to convince doctors that she was a victim of abuse, even being admitted under a false name with Douglas's name omitted from the birth certificate. Although the baby was in good health, Ashley insisted on taking her to the hospital, convinced she had heavy metal poisoning. When Douglas eventually found out, he was enraged and took Ashley to court to gain custody of their child. After the legal proceedings, their relationship seemed to improve, transitioning to what appeared to be harmonious co-parenting. Douglas took a step further by moving to a Florida apartment complex to be closer to Ashley and their daughter, hoping for a reconciliation. However, his hopes were crushed when he noticed a new engagement ring on Ashley's finger one day, a ring he had not given her. Hiring a private investigator, Douglas uncovered Ashley's involvement with someone else and, still being legally married, decided to file for divorce. Despite Ashley's ongoing deception, such as false accusations of Douglas sexually abusing their daughter, these claims were baseless. Against all odds, Douglas chose to give their relationship another chance, discussing plans to move to Maryland for a fresh start with friends and family. Meanwhile, Eva had turned 18 and was trying to become independent. During this tumultuous period, her father continued to support her financially. On the evening of September 27, 2020, Douglas and Ashley were preparing to move. Ashley's mother took their daughter for a stroll in a pram. A short time later, a neighbor heard loud screams coming from the apartment and called 911 out of concern. Shortly after, another neighbor called 911 to report that Ashley Benefield had come to their door, asking for help.
County 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, my address is 11327 White Rock Terrace.
Okay, can you repeat that for me to make sure I have it correctly?
The house next door, honey, what's your address? Okay, it's right next door to me. She just came over. Her strange husband attacked her, and she says she shot him. Now, we've not gone over there yet.
Okay, what's his name?
Who?
What is his name?
His name is Doug Benefield.
Okay.
I have not gone over there. I'm not
Okay,
go back.
I don't want you to go over there. Stay on the line just one moment. I'm going to connect you over to Sheriff's Dispatch, okay?
Okay.
One moment.
Calm down, honey. Calm down.
What is your name, sir?
My name's John Sant. KMT. I live next to
Office Dispatch on a recorded line. This is Gabby. How can I help you? Hey, Gabby. It's Karen. On the 11327, I have John Singer on the phone. He's saying the neighbor came over, female neighbor. It was a domestic. She shot her husband. Okay.
My door's locked, so in case he isn't, he can't get up. I'm also armed if he does come over and try to harm her, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
I'm kind of concerned with her mother and the little girl might get back there and find this whatever happened. Don't go out there, honey. Come on. I know. Come on, honey. Sit down. Sit down. I know.
Yeah.
Holding a gun, Ashley claimed she had just shot her husband in self-defense, with her screams audible in the background of the emergency call. Paramedics quickly arrived at the scene, where Douglas was still alive and rushed to the hospital, suffering from gunshot wounds to his right leg, right arm, and chest. Douglas Benefield's fight for life lasted only a few hours. The police cordoned off the scene and initially spoke with Ashley Benefield. She was not arrested that night as she claimed self-defense. The next morning, Eva woke up to the devastating news of her father's death. Detectives spent hours examining the scene and discovered that Ashley had lied about what happened. They found no weapon on Douglas or any defensive wounds indicating he had attacked Ashley. Just 5 weeks after Douglas's death, it was determined that Ashley had intentionally killed her husband. Subsequently, she was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. Initially incarcerated on bail, Ashley was later released with an electronic ankle monitor. On Monday, July 22, 2024, mere days before you are watching this video, the jury assembled for the Douglas Benefield murder trial, expected to last approximately 2 weeks. If found guilty of murder, Ashley faces a minimum of 25 years in prison and potentially life imprisonment. If you are interested in the sentence Ashley will receive, please leave a comment on this video. We will respond to your comment and keep you informed once the verdict is announced. Before we conclude this video, please be aware that the video on the left may be disturbing. It is recommended for adult viewing only. On the right, you'll find a playlist of videos that have been highly appreciated by our viewers.